Seen invigorating, way better than the mass-produced bottle stuff you find in bars. Ah, those Mizmuto Big Shot. Also like it very much. So you do business with the Mitsumusho. I don't know who that is. Use a very expensive herb called Suzuka to make this blend of tea. It grows near the Subu mountain range and nowhere else. All the Suzuka tea produced in all of Higashi come from the tiny region you find yourself in. Besides that, we also specialize in handcraft, ironwork, and ornamental woodcraft, thanks to the high quality ore and variety of tree we have around here. What are you getting at? To put it bluntly, only a few years back we were but a tiny hunting village. Our livelihood depended on how well we hunted the hunt well. We would sing and dance around the campfire. The wood were bountiful, but there were also times when we couldn't count the days or ration would last on one hand. Not to mention the ever-present worry of being attacked by beasts at night. But these last few years, we've been able to replace our thatched roofs of with wood, light up our streets at night. Our children are able to enjoy a hot bath every day. Now nobody has got hunting in the mountains, nor worry about tomorrow. To leave her home over some vague hunch you have, the villager won't readily accept it. They don't have a choice. I have no intention of making this permanent. Once the situation has been taken care of, you should be able to return. And how many days would that take? They will be able to return to the life we have now? Can Rhode Island guarantee that? As of right now, I'm afraid not, but we can predict the exact scale of the situation, but of course not. You can't. Which is why we won't leave. How is the villager safely not your top priority? Can guarantee you that this thing exists, so how can we simply ignore the threat of such a large and dangerous creature? There's not really a good solution. I mean, I do understand where he's coming from, but there's a threat, right? Are you absolutely sure? Sorry. Oh, sorry. It's a lot of reading. Of what? We have a saying here: when you see butterfly flowering in fall, in truth, they are but falling leaves. We're all too familiar with this forest, Mr. Yato. So perhaps what you think you saw was simply that. What are you? Alright, Corn. We'll go to check up on the village infected and then arrange a treatment plan based on our finding. Thank you both really, but now that you bring up the treatment plan, I do have one more false favor to ask you. We're listening. Could you possibly provide us with some Oripathy? It's a post-pressing drug right now? What for? This shit really worries me. Even the two of you here, so just in case a similar outbreak occurs again in the future, I would like us to have at least some medication ready. Please rest assured, I need to pay in full for everything. There's no need for that. We'll just handle the source of the Neto. Will it be a bother? No, there's no problem. We'll give you some medicine. Oh yeah, Taki, I still have a question. You said the village used to make a living through hunting. There are many hunters around. We don't need to hunt. Naturally, we have no hunter. Because I met someone earlier when we just got here. We looked an awful lot like a hunter. He said his name was Kashiwu. Do you know who that is? A hunter high in truth. Even I could call myself a hunter. Whew. He's pretty old, so he tend to run his mouth. He likes to go on to the mountains and swing stick at trees. But his eccentric personality might cause you some trouble in the future. I think it would be best to stay away from him. Doesn't seem to have family around either. You get some kind of trouble. That's an interesting question. He's just the reclusive sort. Every village has one or two of them. It's nothing unusual. It's getting late, so why not call it a day here? I wish you both a pleasant stay and our humble abode. Sorry to bother you. Right, just a piece of friendly advice. Seasoned hunter all know this. The more curious the forest beast, the more easily it falls into a trap. Do keep that in mind. I can only blame for underestimating the village reluctance to evacuate. It was unwise to try not to get them to leave with no suspicion of danger and no hard evidence. I think even if we brought evidence, he still wouldn't believe us that easily. He's been refusing to air us out, and even want us to stay away from the Red Hollows. It's a weird name. You stopped me earlier because of the way I was acting. Well, this reason for wanting the jug was sort of unusual and more than a little fishy, so I figure I'd be faster to just agree and then see what he does. As for his parting word, it's hard to see them as anything but a warning. I don't care. If the attitude of the people